In the last 2 years, more than 175,000 migrants have traveled hundreds of miles from the U.S. southern border to here, New York City. But once they arrive, migrants still face a precarious existence. And the city government, which is obligated to provide them shelter, is facing serious challenges. These challenges are forcing New York City government, leading a metropolis which has been defined by immigration for centuries, to rethink how it handles new arrivals to America. Karen Yee is a reporter for The Gothamist and New York City's public radio station, WNYC.
It's a pretty big monster of an operation to care for what is now about 65,000 migrants in the city's care.
When migrants arrive in New York City seeking assistance, they first go to the former Roosevelt Hotel, now a migrant processing center.
They're coming from Latin American countries, they're coming from West Africa. They're arriving with no paperwork, often flip-flops, no socks.
After a health screening for infectious diseases like tuberculosis or chickenpox, migrants then enter a complex web of city services. If they want to go to another state or city, New York City will actually pay for their travel. If not,
the city then is obligated to place new arrivals across a sprawling network of 200 plus shelters that the city has sort of propped up.
That obligation comes from something that is unique to New York, the right to shelter decree. It stems from a 1979 lawsuit arguing the city was not doing enough to provide shelter to the unhoused. To settle the case, the city entered a court-mandated consent decree, committing to sheltering every unhoused man and later women and families in the city. But now, the city's shelters are overburdened and overwhelmed.
Over the last 2 years, our city has been managing an ongoing humanitarian crisis. We have been clear since day one that the right to shelter was never intended to apply to large-scale migrant populations arriving without housing or legal work status.
Liza Schwartzwald is the Director of Economic Justice and Family Empowerment at the New York Immigration Coalition.
The mayor has kind of pushed back on this right and said at any given moment, if you're a new arrival, then you don't get to have that benefit in the same way.
In 2023, the city instituted limits on how long migrants could stay in city shelters. 30 days for single adults, 60 days for young adults and families. After that, migrants must either take a ticket to leave New York City for anywhere else, an option that very few migrants take, or reapply for shelter. But due to a settlement reached last week, migrant adults must now prove they are trying to seek housing elsewhere in order to reapply and remain housed within the shelter system.
And now they have the power to deny. And that is historic, and that is a change. And there's a list of 13 things, and the settlement is pretty specific here, that can include anything from applying for asylum, right? Taking an English language course, getting a work permit, anything like that.
But that's not necessarily an easy task when you may or may not have any official documentation, may not speak English, and could be placed in a shelter hours away from where you had been previously living. So says Power Malu, Executive Director of Artists, Athletes, Activists, a community organization connecting migrants with services and support.
So what you're having is organizations like ours have helped them to apply for certain things, and they're waiting for their mail, and they're moved after 30, 60 days, and then they go back to the place where they were staying, and they're told your mail is not here, and we can't help you.
But the migrant crisis in New York is not happening in a vacuum.
The truth is, the migrant crisis is sort of like the frosting on top of an existing affordability crisis that is here in New York and in other cities.
We want people to have a safe place to sleep at night, but then they're not given access to childcare, so they can't leave their children. They're not having their work authorization, so they can't go out and get a job. And all of these pieces are making it very, very difficult for them to find stability.
While some migrants claiming asylum can work right away depending on where they are coming from, many can't. Those asylum seekers are subject to a 150-day waiting period before applying for working papers.
What that's meant is that many of the families who, quite frankly, would come and immediately begin to work and to try to build lives for themselves, they're being stymied.
That forces many migrants into an informal labor economy to try to make ends meet, finding jobs such as food delivery drivers or day laborers. And for migrants who have crossed oceans and continents in hopes of finding safety in New York City, it doesn't feel like that, says Malu.
A lot of the migrants are dealing with a lot of depression because of the treatment that the city is giving them. We're seeing a lot of people kind of at the very bottom of their journey. They feel like there's no one that is going to want to help them anymore. because the place that they thought they were going to get the help, they're not getting it.
On March 14th, New York City was allowed to apply for $106 million in federal reimbursement funds for housing migrants, aid money that was allocated last year, but that has been held up in Washington. The city government says that they have spent $4 billion on the issue so far, and that the crisis could cost upwards of $12 billion over the next 3 years without policy changes. And with legislation aimed at helping the migration crisis on the federal level being blocked in Congress, New York City is left grappling with this slice of a global humanitarian crisis largely on its own, both politically and financially.
New York has always been a beacon of hope for the immigrant, right? We have the Statue of Liberty welcoming immigrants, asking for your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Like, that is the reputation that we have built and that we try to live here.
For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Tim McPhillips.